everybody, this is Alan from OC Nerf, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing and review of the Brute Spiker. As with all of my new reviews, I'm going to be filming the unboxing portion, or already have filmed the unboxing portion. Then I take a few days to maybe even a couple of weeks to go ahead and play with this blaster, test it out, see how I like it, shoot it around the house at other people, and then I can come back and give you my full, honest opinion on the blaster. So without further ado, let's go ahead and cut to the unboxing, the chronograph, and the the accuracy test. I'll be back later. Okay, we're going to do some chronographing of the Brute Spiker. This should be interesting as it's clip fed. Oh, should turn it on. Clip fed, but the barrel there, I think you can see it here, but the barrel there goes a little bit to the left, to the right, so I'm going to have to try to align this just right into the barrel of the chronograph. Nope. Bad shot. Let me see if I can hold this right. There we go. 50.8. 37.3. That might have been a bad shot. 51.5. 55.1. 48.4. So if I were to guess, I'd say this is probably hitting an average of 50, low 50s. Okay, here we are at the range, and we're going to be shooting off the Brute Spiker. I'm going to be aiming for the dead center of that. I'm going to be shooting it off with the clip of 6 that it came with. We'll see how accurate we can get. I'm going to start off by shooting right dead center. Right for that bullseye right there. Here we go. Pretty close. So, aim dead center, and it's going right about down here. So I'm going to aim again, one more dead center, see if we can't get it right in there. Right. 20 feet, I'm going to adjust it. I'm going to aim from here to about up here in this top ring. Let's see if we can't hit that middle target. Oh, geez. I hit the target. All right. So we've gotten a chance to see how this performs and how it functions. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the blaster in more detail, and so I can give you my opinion on it. So initially what got me about this blaster is definitely the aesthetics of the blaster. And to be honest with you, that's kind of what gets me about most blasters that I pick up. Do the aesthetics compel me to want to purchase it? So I can possibly do something with it. Do they have a lot of modding potential is another good question I ask. So form and function do play a big role. Now with this, comes inspired from the Halo line, which seems to be a BoomCo or Mattel's last-ditch effort at keeping themselves alive when it comes to the Dart Wars. And they did an excellent job with this. The handle is phenomenally oversized for what it could be, which is great. It gives me enough room with even an extra space for my finger there if I wanted to. Or just have a really nice, comfortable grip area. It's very girthy, which I like as well. It gives me something to hold on to. Most of the time when there's a handle guard for a blaster, it gets to be really cramped. Absolutely not the case here. Very front heavy for a blaster, but as to be expected given the fact that this is where the handle is and that's where everything else comes into play. Now, when you do attach these bayonets, the bayonets do not come off, not easily anyway, so that will affect how things go if you want to pop this open and do a modification on it. There's a couple of ways you can prime it. You can grip it like this and pull back, or you can use it as a pull tab and pull back here. So again, that's gripping it here or pulling it back here by this little tab area, which I think is pretty nice. So you can use either method, whichever one feels good to you. This blaster comes with a, as soon as I get it out of here, a 6-dart clip. I guess I'm going to have to pull it. There you go. There's a lock on the first one, but it comes with a 6-dart clip, standard BoomCo clip with standard holes in it. And it does work with any other clip, though to note, if you're getting something that's larger, it does progressively get higher and higher up here, and it pretty much just starts to obstruct your vision for the dart path, so the accuracy is going to be a little bit off with the fact that it's kind of getting in your line of sight, so it's going to look like this. I can imagine a 40 dart being like a bar that's just sticking out here, almost as long as the blaster itself, if not as long as the blaster itself. There is a wide opening here, so the darts should be able to exit without any issues. And there is a locking mechanism, as shown earlier, so that when you put this in, it doesn't just go in all the way. You can slam it down, and it will not go all the way through. Well, actually, that time it did. I guess I hit it hard enough. But there is a locking mechanism, so that you can kind of just slam it in the first time, and it goes in just like that. The bayonets are flimsy plastic, but I would not recommend using this as a melee, because it will still hurt. This will still hurt somebody in the face if you're trying to melee with them. This may look like something you can melee with, but I 100% do not recommend it. Even this little spike here, while it's flimsy rubber material, I absolutely would not recommend pummeling somebody with your brute spiker. These things as well are also rubbery little spikes. So while it looks like you should be able to do that, there's absolutely nothing safe about doing so with this blaster. It's not foam or anything like that, it's hard plastic. Then there's the, can't speak enough for it, but there's a lot of texture and a lot of aesthetics to love about this blaster. So you can see that in the light. You can see all the little details. It says Halo right there. There's lots of room for coloration that you can do if you're going to paint this. This is an awesome way to do a wrap, Hasbro. That thing that you're doing with Zombie Strike Line, it's just really annoying, but this looks pro. This right here looks just absolutely pro. Even on the hand card right here. It feels good and it looks good. The textures are spot on. It looks pretty darn realistic to me. There is this tiny little hole, though, for this tiny little trigger. When you look at it from this angle. Very tiny little trigger. I think that's kind of a little bit weird. So finding that little hole for your finger is kind of odd. It's about my only complaint here, that and the fact that it is pretty darn front heavy. Lots of pros, just a few cons. The dart capacity with what it comes with is pretty low, 6 shots, so this is a pretty big, almost primary feeling blaster, but it comes only with 6 shots. Now again, you can put like a 40 dart clip in here, but again, now you're running into the fact that it's a giant clip that's coming out of your dart, coming out of your dart blaster. So there is that. Now, as far as modding potential, I'm not actually sure, as I have limited experience on BoomCo, which is what this is. So the ammunition type here is the straw and rubber rather than the foam, as you can see here, and this is the orange and black variant. Good. Okay. And I've got really nothing else to say about it. I really like it. Let me go ahead and shoot it for you so you can kind of see how that works. So I'm going to use it this way first. And then, like I said, you can also use it as a pullback. And there you go. The clip does not actually go far enough out, so you do have to grab it from there, reload it, or grab a long one and stick it back in the top and do it all over again. There is a few locks in this, so if I have... guess not. Maybe it was something else I was thinking of. But there does not seem to be any locks without a dart. There we go. The lock is not to do with a clip with no darts, it has to do with no clip at all. So without a clip, it will not fire. When you add a clip, it'll prime and fire. That's strange. Does it not even... So you prime it without a clip, and it won't fire. You add a clip back in there, and then, yeah, you have to prime it and fire. Okay, so that's the little safety that they have on here. Not too bad. That means you can still deprime it as long as you have a clip. Yeah, and that's about it. Now, this went on a funky sale on Mattel's shop for like $2.99. So at that price, absolutely get it if it ever comes up again. However, the normal price, I believe, for one of these at Toys R Us is $20 for this blaster. $20 for this blaster. I feel like you're a really big Halo fan or a really big BoomCo fan, but I wouldn't pick it up for 20 bucks. The reasons being, it's just a 6-shot out of the box. It's a 6-shot pistol that's too big, too bulky to holster, to really put into place. It's not enough to be a primary, and you know, it's a really weird place to have it in your loadout. It's got a really weird place. Maybe if you kept the bayonets off, you'd have an easier time holstering it, definitely. But again, it's still really big for 6 shots. That's what I'm saying, really. It's a really big blaster for 6 shots to have carried on your person during a battle. And for $20. For $20, I mean, you can get a lot of other stuff, I feel. And also, it's BoomCo. BoomCo ammo is still not the standard. As good as it is, it's still not the standard. So you're going to need to supply your own ammo or be in a situation where you're lucky enough to have a lot of other people using BoomCo in a war. So there is that problem with it as well. So again, for $20, I feel like a lot of that money is going to the marketing of this blaster, the brand of Halo, rather than the blaster itself. You can get a different variant in the BoomCo line that's clip-fed, pullback with the same performance for probably a lot cheaper. I don't know what that would be, but I'm sure there is one. Perhaps BoomTendo or any of the other BoomCo aficionados on this that are following on my channel will probably be able to mention what those options are, but this seems more of a novelty purchase at the full retail price rather than a practical purchase. So that's my review of this blaster. I hope you liked it. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this blaster, also let me know. Give me a like and a subscribe. And if you like this style of reviews, let me know as well. If you have any further thoughts, questions, or comments, I would love to hear from you, and I will always answer what you've got to say. So have a good day, everybody, and Nerf on.